This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. So do you remember that I said one statement for Gradle, and that is somewhere here. Uh, Procedure or something. So what I was trying to tell you, Maven is a procedural language, but Gradle and is a here it is. So Maven is a procedural language. That means Maven says, hey, just follow my best practices, whatever I set, directory structure, command line, and everything, and I will automate everything for you. Okay, and that's the reason you were not able to write any line of programs. Just you running the goal name, after that understanding the Maven. But and basically is little bit different, where you declare every logic, and one logic from one person, and then logic from another person may differ for the same requirement. So that's a declarative. But you know what? Gradle is a procedural as well as declarative both. That means if you want to customize it yourself, you want to write your own way, that is possible. And if you want to follow their declare procedural way, that is also possible. Okay, so that's the beauty of what now. Now one more thing, and you can use for the Java and .NET also. Different languages you can use it. And Maven you can only use for the Java project. Okay, understand that. But Gradle you can use for all the technology. For example, you can use for the Maven, you can sorry Java, you can use for the Python, you can use for the C++, all these things, projects, Scala, and all you can use it. So Gradle is the most advanced one and the latest one in this category of build management platform. Okay, so with that introduction, let's get started. What is a Gradle? So let's have some sort of slides and all. So yes, Gradle is open source, a build automation tool. Of course, it's open source again. And Gradle build scripts are written using a Groovy or Kotlin DSL. So if I'll put it in this way, Ant is written in XML. Maven is written in XML, the pom.xml, remember? It's in XML. But the Gradle, the script which you write actually, is been you will write in the Groovy or Kotlin DSL. So we are using Groovy as part of this demo. Okay, it's fast, highly customizable, powerful tool. And by the way, Gradle is a. And there's some noise coming from someone. Can you mute yourself? Yeah. So by the way, Gradle is not only used for the Java world or Python world or C++ world or Scala world. It is an official build tool for Android, by the way. Official. So anyone have idea what is the official build tool for Visual Studio? Anyone?
MS Build.
MS Build, yes. In MS in Visual Studio, when you write a program and all SNL file MS project and all is written in XML only, but the tool is MS Build. Okay, so something like that. If you go to the Android, you have to work with Gradle. Okay, this is the Gradle is the official build tool for Android. So lots of advantage which you have. Now this is the official documents, okay, from the Gradle itself, which in which you have a comparison between the Maven and Gradle. I didn't feel like copying it rather than refer it because lots of updates will keep coming up. So of the session, you can go, and if you have interest to know about Maven and Gradle, you can know about it. Okay, so some of the features which we have is like a running Gradle build, authoring Gradle build. Authoring means you can share that, you can collaborate with the people and all stuff like that. All these things you can do that. Ecosystem specific feature means Gradle is compatible for every ecosystem. You can customize it as per your need, and feature for developer tool provider. So running Gradle for that, just and authoring Gradle ecosystem and developer tools. Now, how do we install the Gradle? Okay, there are so many tools which we have. there are so many methods which we have. Using that, you can install the Gradle. One of the simplest one which I'll do that, but other methods also can be used. So you look at this here. This slide's a little outdated actually. Yeah, no problem. So yes, so Gradle is the scripting you can do write in the Groovy DSL. Uh, Gradle, I told you initially in the Maven itself, Gradle has no inbuilt dependency management system. That is a one drawback which we have. But what they do in order to do the dependency management, they use the Maven, the one which I discussed just now, some time back, or they use the IB also. So IB is a dependency management system for Ant. Okay, very popular combination. IB is another product. Okay, other tool which you can use. Here is support multi-project builds and easily customized. Okay, so again, a declarative building language means when you read the Gradle file, build.gradle, setting.gradle, and all stuff like that, it's very easy to read and it's very easy to maintain also. That is a things. Whereas the XML is a little bit hard to read and difficult to maintain compared to that. So now let's say, oh, sorry. So let's say you have any requirement for build automation. So if you write a code in the AND, it will look like something this. Now lots of code will be written in XML in AND. In Maven, it has been reduced to the little bit less line. Okay, little bit less line. Now in Gradle, just few lines of code and your work is done. Look at this here. So here, this is the AND XML. This is just now I showed you Maven. You see the group ID, artifact ID, packaging, build, blah, blah, blah. And then this is a Gradle. So Gradle is comparing to Ant and Maven is easy to read, easy to maintain and stuff like that. So see here, if you want to install any plugin, apply plugin Java. You want to set the version of it, version is equal to www. If you want to set the dependency and so on, so you can write like this. Okay, so now let's install the Gradle. So how do we install the Gradle? There are so many ways in which you can install the Gradle, but my simple way is very simple. Go and download the Gradle from where? So let me show you here. Gradle download. Now here, so from here you download the packages binary zip file. Okay, and then don't do anything else. Go to the my favorite location, you know that, right? So see tools, and we have a Gradle here. See here, this is the latest version of Gradle. Okay, and extract it. That's all. Now what to do then? After extracting it, this location, put it in the environment. Let me check that. Let me check that. See here, that's all. So yeah, but you can do through the command line also. Different operating system, different command line. Choco, NuGet, Yum, apt, SDK, and all stuff like that. Many ways you can do that. So all the documentations you can find here, SDK here, and all stuff like that. So Maven again is written in Java. Okay, so you have to use a Java install. You have to install the Java prior to that. So that is you need to do that. So now let's get started. So where's my? I'm just looking for my workspace, and it should be, yeah. So here, let's go to my workspace, and I will create one directory here called Gradle. So Gradle, Gradle. That's okay. So this is the empty directory. Now I'll start working on here CMD. And how do I check that Gradle is installed or not? Gradle hyphen vis. So Java is installed, Gradle is also installed, and you see that here. Kotlin version is supported, Groovy version is supported, and JVM 11 and methods. And Gradle is 601. This is latest. Okay, so far so good. All of you understood that installation should not be a challenge. Any questions, any doubts on that?
No.
All of you? Okay, after that, what to do? So guys, you have to decide what to do. Either you want to go for procedural or declarative. So first I'll teach you declarative because that's where the little bit of learning is there. Procedural, you know that is just like a maven. Just have to run few commands, that's all. So let's go for the declarative first. Okay, declarative means I should write my own Gradle program. So how do I get started? So let's get into that. So for this, how to verify we did it? So you need to know a little bit of concept here. In the Maven, which file we were storing all the specifications for the build? Which file in Maven? In Maven, do you remember?
In the POM.
In pom.xml, yeah. But here the file will be called build.gradle. In Ant, it is called build.xml. Okay, remember that. So here what we call it build.gradle. This you can write a Groovy script inside that Groovy format. Kotlin also you can write, but not getting into the Kotlin right now. Okay, so this is clear, like we got a build.gradle, we have to write it. But what it would contain? So build.gradle will contain tasks. Now what is the tasks? So task you can correlate with the goal actually. Okay, task in Gradle is equal to goal in Maven is equal to target in Ant. So that is something which you have to do. So in the build.gradle you have a task. I'll teach you how to write a task. And then plugins, you will have plugins. Remember plugins, I said the concept plugins of it, like if you want to enhance the feature of Gradle or Maven, you can put the plugin. So how do we call it plugins? I'll teach you. Add the dependency. I think you know that dependency more or less after a Maven session. So if your project is dependent on some other libraries, then you can use the dependencies also. And properties, of course, this one also you know that how to set the property, right? So yeah, build.gradle we need to write, which will have a task, plugin, dependency, and properties. Okay. So now, how do we write a task? So look at this here. This is a simple format. Nowadays it has evolved right here. So this is how you write a task. So there's one task named with hello. Okay. Opening and closing curly braces you have, and inside that task, what you have? Just give me 2 seconds. So build.gradle, you'll write a task, and inside a task, what you have? So there is a one thing which you see, do last, do first, like that we'll have. So do last basically is an action. What is action? We'll discuss in some time. But this is a simple hello world program, and println is a function or method you can call it. Okay, built-in method. You can create your own method, customize the thing, but right now not complicated. So let's do this first. First check if everything is working or not. So this is one task. Okay, so I'm teaching you the flow right now. So when you write a script, build.gradle, you create build.gradle. Here it is. Okay, now this, if you copy paste, you know this, you have to check this. I wanted to show you an error, but it's okay. This is okay, done. Now what to do now? I should go here and just type. How do I know which task I'm having available? So I'll write build Gradle tasks. So this tasks means it will list out all the tasks for your project. So let me do that first. Remember yesterday also I did this in the SonarQube session. I was looking for the SonarQube task. I did not find it, so that I found out like the program was not correct. Okay, now you see that I run the task and Gradle gave me all the tasks. What are the tasks available for this? So these are the tasks: init, wrapper, help task, and all. Now if you look at this here, hello task is not there. So then you must be asking what task it has come. You know, Gradle has some inbuilt tasks. Okay, so whatever the inbuilt task they given to me, but hello task I can't see that. Can you see that hello task? All of you?
No.
No.
No. So this built-in task I'm getting, but the hello task I'm not getting. So what to do? So here, this is the line which will help me out. Look at this. Run Gradle task and hyphen hyphen all. Okay. So because it's not a plugin, you'll have to do all to see the tasks. It's my own custom. I'm declarative, right? So you look at this here, other task. Now it has come. Hello, correct? All of you?
Yes.
So now I want to run my task only. How do I run? Hello, enter. So it should print something hello Gradle or something. Now look at this screen very carefully. I want to have a discussion. Okay, it's run fast actually. No problem. It runs very fast. While you run the init task, there is some workflow which you need to understand. But you see here, hello Gradle, it has been print. Everything is done and good to go. So by now what you learn, Gradle is also build tool, but it's used for many programming languages like Java, Scala, C++, Python. You know, there's a two way. You have a procedural way, you just follow the things, or you can write your own program also. How to install Gradle, I showed you, and then how to write a program. Okay, how to write a program. How to write a program, I showed you, on how to run that program also I showed you. So far so clear?
Yes.
Yeah. Any questions, guys?
No.
Okay, good. So now we have to do that a little bit better. So now this is the one task. Now we have to see that what task inside that will be. So now because it's a declarative, right? Declarative means you decide your own logic what you want to do. Okay. So here this is called action. Okay. So we need to understand the action in detail. So there are three types of action which we have. I'll just go with the slides. Okay. So now, this is important. Okay. When you execute the Gradle, okay, that Gradle and the task name which I did hello, they follow the three phases. They have a life cycle. This, when you run the Gradle and hello, they have one life cycle. That's build life cycle you can call it, and they follow the three phases. Okay, so that means whatever whenever you run the Gradle hello, it perform in the phases actually. Okay, not like something out of the box. So it perform in the phases. What phases? Initialization phases, configuration phases, execution phases. Now you did not see that here. I agree. You did not see that because it was very fast. But actually, this run, whatever I did, it will, whatever the output you got it, this output you got it after performing the three phases. What phases? So you have initialization phases, configuration phases, and execution phases. So these are the three phases. Always remember. Always, it has a property. property which I'll discuss in some time, and has an action also, and can have a dependency also. So what is the action? First, let's decide. So there is a two kind of action. There are few more actions are there, not complicating. Two options are there. First action and last action. What is action? Here you look at this. This is called action. This is the do last action. So like that, you'll be having do first actions. Okay. So this is the actions which you have, and it contains the runtime. So now the question is, what is the difference between do last and do first? So I'll put it in this way. This is the real things you want to do that. Okay, this is the real thing you want to do that. So if you say I want to print the hello world, hello Gradle, and you want to perform this line at the end of the run, which is end of the run means phases like initialization, configuration, execution, end of the run, then you put it in the do last action, which is here. But if you want to sum of the actions which you want to print it as the first, then you put it in do first. So that is a do last and do first. Okay. So now let me show you some example for it. Here we have this slide which will help you to write the task in a different format. In Gradle is very customizable. So you can write a task in that format also. Wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. Wave 4 is the last one. Okay. And then when you run the Gradle task, you'll see that. Okay. Now you can have a descriptions also. So any task which you want to have a descriptions, you can have descriptions also like this. So here, let's say go for hello task, right? So hello dot description, and this is a copy paste problem. You will have it. Correct it. This is a hello program. Okay. So if you want to feed the description and then run it, this one will be easy for me. Look at this here. Task all. Then along with the task, you'll have some description also. So what exactly that task is doing, you will put the descriptions also. So there's some error. What is that error? Line number 2. Just a second. Okay, sorry, my bad. It should be inside that. This one. Okay, now let's check this out. So now earlier I did not give the description. Now you see that here, hello, this is a hello program. This has come now because of this line. So like this, you can give the descriptions also and move on. Okay.
One question
So
I
now,
have.
yeah.
So this task which you are creating is a custom task of ours in Gradle, correct?
Right.
And the language which it supports depends on the project in which we are using.
Language means?
Like for example, you are doing here print ln, right?
Right.
Or I mean anything we can do here, not just print, right? So
No,
how,
no, no.
or is it Gradle language, something like that?
Just a second, hold on, I'll tell you. Yeah, this language which I am writing is a Groovy language, okay? DSL, Groovy DSL. You can write in the Kotlin also. And this tool has been written in Java. Okay. So whatever you are writing is basically Groovy. Got it?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So now what I did, I wanted to show you the do first and do last first. Okay. So see here, what I'm doing, do last, it's action. Okay. This is the tasks, hello, description, action. Do last action, do first action. So now in the do last, I am saying this is the error actually. So here I'm saying this is the do last, okay, and this is the do first. And now I'll show you the runtime, because you have to learn all this thing, because you have opted for procedural, right? But sorry, declarative. You have to learn this coding. But if you opt for the procedure, it will be easier for you. Okay, so this is learning curve. So right now, how many you have? This one, you see, this is the hello program. Now I'll just run hello. And you see here, look at this carefully. Here I am putting the, this is the do last, on top of it do first. But you see that results, do first and do last. Did you see that? So what you learn?
It gets
What do you
executed
learn?
first, regardless of where it
Ha,
is.
ha, regardless of where it is. That's important. Okay, so remember that anything you want to execute in the do last, no matter where you keep it, you put it here. Here is just this is a one function actually. These are the built-in function. I'll show you the so many functions in some time. Okay, and this is the do first. Okay, so now this is the, now this slide is very important for all of us to understand. I told you, right? Each time you run any tasks, it goes through the phases: initialization phase, configuration phase, and execution phase. So what happened during that phase, you have to understand. And this is very important because sometimes you may not get the desired results. So maybe because of your, things are bad. Okay. So during the initialization phase, okay, what we do? So during the initialization phase, we used to configure multi projects build. Okay, so we have multiple project build, which I am not having right now. It's only one project. So that initialization phase will help you to configure the multiple project build. Second phase, what will do? It will execute code in the task that's not in action. That means not in action means what code I am having here. If you see that here, this is the code which is not in action. That runs during the configuration phase. Okay. Okay. Now, during the execution phase, any task which you have inside action will be done. Are you understanding?
Yes.
Yeah. So please remember that where you want to, so sometime you want to run some code in execution phase, but you are running the configuration phase. So you have to be careful about that. Okay. So now this is the same program I just ran. Now, how do you define the property? Okay. How do you define the property? So you can define the property like a def. You can, this is the older version, def project version is equal to 2.0. A newer version, project version is equal to 2. Both will work in this. Okay. How do we use it? Property, project, and version. This is a dollar project version. This is the way you can use the property. So now what I'm going to do is, let me show you something real work. So now because it's a procedural, sorry, it's a declarative, you define your logic. I'm not going to define. So let's copy some files from here to there. Okay. So what do we do in this case? So go to the Gradle tasks, and hundreds of tasks are there. Okay, hundreds of tasks. I'll show you this. This is the user manual. Oh, it's not right results actually. This Google ranking has been changed for every site. Okay, no problem. Google doc function. Uh, just a second. Let's go for trace it from this one. And now the whole documentation has been changed. Just give me 2 seconds. I'll show you the list of everything. Should be somewhere. strange edge. Gradle built-in tasks. Oh, okay. Directly hit that copy task. That will be more easier, I guess. Yep, got it. So yeah, this is the way you see. Now this is the page I was looking for. See that left side, all these tasks which you got it here. So as a copy task located. So copy task. Here it is. Type of task, copy task. So a lot of tasks are there. You want to create a jar task. You want to execute some executable exec task. You want to delete some files folder, delete tasks. You want to do something tarball, tar task. You want to upload some files, upload task. You want to zip file. So these are the tasks. Okay, I'll put it the URL. How do I hit the? There is any home page or something? Probably this one. This one. So this is the right page URL I'm putting in the notes also. Okay. So okay, so you will use that. So now I decided, okay, I'll copy some files. So what to do? I'll go to the copy task, which is here somewhere. Just now I search for it, right? So copy task, and simply I'll copy this whole tasks and put it up. So this is my custom task, okay? And this is the task which is the built-in task. And this built-in task copy docs, type is copy, name of the task is copy docs, and from here to here. So let me do some changes here in my directory. So what I want, basically, there is one directory A, and there is a one file which is DevOps school.txt. So this file, let me add some content here. Okay, let me add some content. So this file I want to copy in the directory called B, okay, just for demo purpose. Okay, and B is empty. I'm keeping it empty. Okay, so here A, I want to copy this file to the B directory. So what to do? So here I am going to A, okay, and put it in the B. That's all. Are you understanding, all of you? Hello?
In this case, you have to run from that directory as well, right, to be able to detect this path.
This is a relative path. If you want to give C drive, you can do that. It's a relative path. Okay. So now what to do? Let me go to and clear the screen. Tasks all. So you have to decide what you want to do. You want to compile code, copy the code, delete the code, this code, download the code, upload the code. You decide. For each and everything, there is a task file. So right now this is my hello task, and this is the copy doc task, which is here. Now what to do? You know that very well by now. Copy docs. And you see here, copy dot task, I called it. There's no print a statement, so there's empty output. And you see here, one actionable task, one executed. That is done. And now can we check this? B, you got it. So what I'm trying to say, you design your algorithm yourself. Gradle allows you to do that. And for that, all these tasks which you can use it. You want to do, let's say you want to delete some file. Okay, so I'm just copy and paste. So make pretty. Why make pretty? Okay, it should be, I mean, it's a just name. You can have it any name. This is important, by the way. Okay, so make pretty is not good. I'll use a delete check, something like that. Okay, this will be meaningful. And delete what? So delete a folder and delete file, so which is a b devops school.txt, which I'm having right now, correct? So here I'm copying it first and then deleting it. Are you understanding, all of you?
So the name which you gave in line number 17, delete check, you can have your own name as well for that
Yes,
task.
yes, yes. This
So
name
what
you
matters
can
is
change.
what it is inside.
This one is you cannot change. This
Okay.
is the built-in task. This task is built in the Gradle itself. But here I designed this task, hello task. This is a custom task. This is a built-in task I'm calling it. Make sense?
Yes.
Are you understand?
Yeah.
So now what to do? I think you know that by now. So here, task call. There is one task which is delete check, Gradle, delete check, enter. So the logic should come from you, what you want. You want to compile the code, you want to download the code, you want to copy the code, you want to delete the code, you want to do something else. It should be coming from you. Okay, so I did this actionable tasks, and can we check this? Gradle, see that A deleted and B I set only file to delete, not a directory. Okay. So now next question you will be having, Rajesh, okay, fine. You are doing all this thing. I have a 3 tasks by now. 1 task, 2 tasks, 3 tasks. Let's say you want to compile some code, right? So Java task will be there. You have to, your main work is like to understand each built-in task and see here. There's a 1 task for EAR packages. There's one, this is the one for the jar packages. Jar file if you want to create. You want to create a Java doc here, Java compile here. You want to run some application, Java will be there. Do you have a Java somewhere? Somewhere it should be to running app. See here, to test here you have test it suite you have here. Okay, JVM test suite you have. To create a reports you have here. Eclipse related tasks you also you have. IDR related tasks you have. Xdoc. I need to study Xdoc actually. Xcode, sorry, Xcode. So Visual Studio task we have, artifact related you have here, GCC, all these are compilers, okay, Visual CP, PP and all. So many tasks has been given by them. You can develop your own task. So now you'll see these are the tasks which you can use it anyways. You want to develop your own task, for that what you have to do? Then that case you have to learn Groovy. Okay, Groovy DSL. You have to learn this Groovy language, and then you can write your own custom task. Whatever the logic which Groovy supports, you can write it. Don't get scared. I'm just telling you if you really want to do that. Most of the time you don't need to do that, but many projects they have a requirement. Make sense, all of you?
Yes.
So this is the URL for built-in task, built-in tasks, and this is the URL for write your own task. So you need to learn Groovy for that. Okay. So this is how it's being done. Now next problem I'm thinking, okay, I have a 3 task, and every time I am doing the each task I'm running individually. Can I do something like running all the tasks in one go? So yeah, that is where the dependencies will be there. Okay, dependencies. So I'll just quickly Gradle tasks dependency depends on, and just I'll copy paste that guy, that code, and where is that my code? It's here. Okay, so So here you see depends on task 1. Let me use this code itself, it will be easier for us. So right now there is a task 1 hello, task 2 world, okay, and here there is a, see here, task 3, this is the task 3, okay, this is the task 3. This is the task 1, this is the task 2, task 3, and now task 3 depends on which one? See here, this one, which is this one, and this task is running and printing this one. Now here task, there is a test which it depends on task 1, task 2, task 3. So this task test is created only for consolidating. So there is a multiple way you to do that. So let's say if you want to hello, okay, so here I'll create one more task, copy paste task all, okay, and here all I'll call it hello, only my task right now, hello, copy docs, and what is that, delete check. So this is the way. Now if I call all, then this all three will be called. If I call test, this task 1, task 2, task 3 will be called. Now task 3 have a dependency or task 3 dependency, which is here also. Are you understanding how to play with the dependencies and then managing your own workflow? Are you understanding?
The task 3 dependency will also get executed because task 3 got called.
This will be only one time it will be done.
So it executes before executing the task 3?
So see here, I'll put it in this way. I am in task 1, I'm in task 2, I'm in task 3. So what will happen? You are saying, hey, if I call the test, then task 3 will be called. Task 3 depends on this one. So first it will be running this, then back control to this. Getting me?
Okay. Yes.
So this is how you manage. Now let me tell you again, I'm reminding you. You are using procedural approach. So everything you have to decide what task you want, whether it's a custom or your own task, what flow you want, everything you have to decide. So that's where that people, your logic and my logic will be different for the same problem. Correct now? All of you?
Yes.
So this is called procedural, but sorry. This is called declarative. A declarative approach. You declare whatever way you want. But Maven was procedural. Gradle is also procedural. I'll teach you that was the next stage of learning. Okay, so now let's get into that and run this. So here, first thing, all task. There's some problem somewhere, and that is there's a problem line number 23 and task 1. There's some problem. Let me check. 23. So I think this got deprecated or what? Task 1. Could not find the method left set for argument. Okay, left set is not. Okay, so maybe this is deprecated. So when this post has happened, 14, okay, yeah, 14, yeah, sorry, not Hindi. So 2014. So this got deprecated, no problem. Just delete that. Okay, I just copied it. So delete this. There's so many ways to declare the task I showed you. Done. So let's run this. So now you got all these tasks. You see that? I hope you're able to see that this one. Correct now? All of you?
Yes.
Now what I'll do, I'll just go for test because it will print me task 1, task 2, task 3. So let's go for this test and enter.
The dependency got executed after the task, actually, not before.
Yeah, so you just you decide here. Look at this here. You decide logic.
Yes, it's after.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay, so this is called declarative. Now I am going to teach you procedural. Procedural means Gradle will say, hey, leave everything up to me. Don't write any logic and stuff like that. I will automate everything for you. Same concept which we had with Maven. Okay. So now what we have learned, let me sum up this thing. What is Gradle? What is Gradle? Then we learn how to install Gradle. Then we learn how to write a basic script, bell.gradle in that, how to write a task, how to write description, properties, do last, do last, do first, all these things, and how to run it, how to use the build task also, and create our own scripting. Whatever you want to do, there is availability of the task. You have it. You decide the logic and do whatever you want. It's up to you. Now, second phase of learning is you say no, I don't want to learn. Let it be, everything should be done by Gradle only. I don't want to manage all this stuff. Just like a Maven you did, right? Maven, I taught you everything, and then you were running only goal and everything was happening correct, right? So what to do for that? I'm just closing this. Just give me 2 seconds. What to do? So in that case, I'll move this Gradle to project 1, and this was declarative 1. Okay, so I'll move this all this thing to this, and procedural I'll create procedural. This is one project. I'll create procedural. Now this is the learning, great learning you have here. Okay, so this is the procedural. Now in a procedure, what I'm going to do, first thing what I did in Maven, I forgot actually. What you did in Maven? In the Maven,
Data structure created.
directory structure, no? Directory structure,
Yeah.
right? So let's do that same thing. So here I am saying, remember this command which is called in the Maven. What was the command? What was the plugin name? I forgot that. Anyone remember? Plugin name for creating a directory structure? Anyone? Archetype, no? So fast we forget. Archetype, no? Remember? All of you? See here. Correct, no?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now here in Gradle, we have a very simple command, and that is called init. Remember all the time. So this is the I will not override the interactive because I want to show you. So init, you can override the interactive also, but not needed right now. Init, I just press init, and look at the so many options you have, and some of the options will not be there because external plugins like a Python plugins and all is not come, but you'll see many. So Spring Boot plugin is not installed, so you can install this one also, but whatever. So they're asking, hey, I can create a directory structure, but you are having a structure of basic project or application or library or a Gradle plugin. What do you want to develop? So for time being, I'll go for the basic. I want to show you the basic one by one. Okay. So here, see, the moment I run init, did you see some changes in the? All of you?
Yes.
Yes.
So you know what is
Yes.
that? What is that? You know what is that? That is called wrapper. In Maven also we can create a wrapper. But Gradle, wrapper, what is wrapper? Wrapper means, see, understand in simple way. When you want to copy the project, then you need to install the Maven and JRE, correct? I mean, Maven at least you need to install, correct? All of you, to run that project. If you run the build.gradle also, you need to install the Gradle, correct?
Yes.
But you know what? Wrapper, when you run in the wrapper mode, within this directory only you have a Gradle. Yes, within this directory only you have a Gradle installed. Okay, this is the wrapper, and this is the version of Gradle. So that means this package, if I share with anyone, they can run the wrapper without installing Gradle. Simple. That's called wrapper. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? All of you? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, Raj.
Yeah. So now let's go with one version. And you see that they'll ask you, hey, you have selected for basic directory structure, but you want which DSL, Groovy or Kotlin? Of course, we'll go for the Groovy only because that's where we are little familiar. And what is the project name? So project name, what do you want to give? DevOps 1, that's okay. Okay, and done. And you see that build.gradle, setting.gradle, look at the timestamp, it'll be easy for understand. So this file has come, and this is the directory which has come. No, this directory was there, right? Yeah, I think so. This file has come, and it's a basic project. Now this is the basic project. This is the build.gradle, and from here you start the coding, start the programming, whatever you want. And then you'll say, Rajesh, the directory structure is not there. Why? So basically, you opt for the basic one. No, they'll get a basic one. So they get you the whole directory. From here, you enhance whatever you want to do. So next time, I'll delete this one. Look at my screen, guys, all of you. So I will delete this whole things together. And next time, I'll go for little advance. Now, init. Now you see the wrapper has come. 4 directory has come, right? Now I'll go for advanced, which is 2. Sorry, 2 application. Now application, they will ask you what kind of language you have, C++, Ruby, Java, Kotlin. So then you will say, Rajesh, you said Python also is not there. A Scala also you said is not there. So actually for those external plugins are available, you have to install it in Gradle, which we have not done it. So yes, for time being, right now go with the Java 3. Now you say, they'll ask you, hey, which DSL you want? Of course, one. And then you see what kind of project. So this is the same project I was showing you here actually, something like that conceptually. Where is that? Do you remember this one? Do you remember this? These are the Maven types of
Yes.
directory structure. So this something like that in a Gradle. These are the options. Now you say, Rajesh, I want to create a Spring Boot project. So that is not inbuilt. You have to install the plugin and then you'll get a Spring Boot options. Okay, there is one jar file you'll have to copy in the Gradle. So right now that's okay. You want to go for this project, a Java-based project, which is Kotlin based on the JUnit 4 or TestNG, Spock or JUnit. So let's go for the JUnit 1 Java project based on the JUnit 4 1. Now here you see what is the project name. I'll go with whatever it is default. And here, what is the package name? What is the? I'll go for whatever is coming default. It's taking a little time. It's not taking the entry actually, just now. DevOps 1. See here. Now you see here, initialization is completed. Now, do you see the directory structure now created? You see here something similar which we had in the what do you say, Maven? Do you see?
Yes.
All of you?
Yes.
Yeah. So now you start coding. You have to write a code for the product inside this and test product. You have to write this, and then what you'll do? I'll show you this. Gradle. You know that this after this you know that tasks hyphen all enter. Now all the tasks default task anyways you know that by now, but all the tasks related to Java application, the one which you created, automatically it will come. You see here. See here. So where's the task? So see here. These are the built-in tasks. Here it is. See, compile Java, compile test Java. You have to understand all these tasks. If you're a programmer, you'll understand easily. Start script and all. And if you want to verify this, test unit test, here test check. Same thing. You did Maven test, Maven compile, Maven package, Maven this, that and all. So now you do that Gradle compile Java, Gradle test, Gradle packages some here is assembly distribution, and Gradle dist tar or zip file, whatever you want to do. Gradle Java doc. Are you understanding, all of you? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'll delete this one. Okay. Done. Now let's go for third time in it. Okay. So Gradle, and it one more time. Okay. Of course, this time I'll go for the 2 only, one more time. Here, this last time I selected 3, right? This time I'll select the 1, C++, out of the little bit content here. And Groovy, of course, 1. Now you understood this more or less. See here. This is the structure. Here the tree. Look at this tree here. This is a C++ project structure, best practices. This is how you write a best practices directory structure. And you want to see the C++ task. I think by now you know that all these things. You keep writing a code and test code and keep running the tasks. So guys, overall, did you understand that? How do we work and all stuff like that? See here, these are the C++ tasks. All of you?
Yes.
So this is the power of Gradle. So one side I taught you how to write your own programs in Gradle, your own logic, your own dependency, your own flow. Other side, I talked about how to use a procedural way and then follow this. So now the question is, what is the build.gradle? So I'll just correlation here actually. Understand in this way. If you want to, and let's forget about that, Maven and Gradle. So here pom.xml is equal to do build.gradle. Okay. Now for this whole project, you want to give some properties, so you can modify setting.gradle. See, you will have some properties for the here. So project property. So here we use setting.gradle. Then you will say what we are using in Maven. So in Maven, basically we are using parent pom. Do you remember the parent pom, which I discussed about the parent element in a pom.xml?
Yes.
Yeah, that is the thing. Now you'll say, Rajesh, I want to configure the Maven. So for configure the Maven, you have to modify setting.xml. Where exactly that is? In the Maven locations you'll find. Let me show you. Just tools, Maven, config. Here is the setting.xml. In this location, you will find the setting.xml. So if you want to customize this Maven, then you have to use this file. If you want to customize the Gradle, then you have to use There's no file as of now created. No, it's not created. So no, not created actually. So you can create also. By the way, you can use this one also for doing that one also. This is also possible. Okay. So here, let me show you the build.gradle, which is from the my procedure. So build.gradle, what you have? Look at. Let's understand the build.gradle. Look at this here. What they have. So here I told you plugins is all about the plugins. So what they did, build.gradle, they implemented one plugin which is a inbuilt plugin. They have a CPP application. So this plugin they have it, and ID. This is for the product. Okay. So this plugins will help you. Please read this. This plugin will help you apply the CPP application plugin to add support for building C++ executable, and this is for the unit test for the CPP. Okay, and here this is for deciding the architecture and stuff like that. So this is the application. It's not a plugin. It's applications. Whatever you are building it, application compatible with the Windows 64 version. Okay, if you want to add for more, you can add more versions also like this, and you can decide which version also. Okay, so now because of this plugin only, this task has come. This task has come. This because of this plugin only, this task has come. Okay, here somewhere test task here. This is all. Okay, so now in the setting.gradle, you can set the property, and this will be used for the see here. This file was generated by Gradle init task. Okay, and this anything you set here, it will be used in the build. Okay, this file setting file is used to specify which project to include in your build. Okay, so if you want to set the property and all everything, you can keep it here. Build. So now this is the way you can also go with it. Let me show you one more example, last one. I'll delete everything, close here, delete. Yeah, so this time I'll go for the two only, Java also, and 3, 1, 1, RR, done. So now if I show you the build.gradle, see here, Java plugins will be there. See here, this is the Java plugin. Okay, these are the two plugins which you have. For one, for apply the Java plugin to add support for Java. So this project will be Java. That means they'll start understanding this source file and all. And this ID application, apply the application plugin to add support for building CLI applications. So it's not required for this, but now if you want to call the repository, so repository means in Maven, do you remember that which repository we were using? In Maven, which repository we were using? Anyone remember? Okay, let me remind.
Apache.
No. Recall this discussion. We did it, and that was somewhere. Here it is. So which repository we were using? For Maven, it was using the local repository, correct? And for that, if the package not found in the local repository, we were going central repository, which is here, correct?
Yes.
But here, what we are specifying, hey, let's use the JCenter repository. Now you will ask Rajesh, what is a JCenter? So JCenter is one of the central repository like Maven repository, but hosted by JFrog. This is the locations. Well, Here it is. So this is the location for this. So this is also like a central repository of Maven. I mean, like this one, like this one. So, but it's hosted by JFrog. This is hosted by Maven Apache, and this is hosted by JFrog. Okay. So what you are saying here, you are using JCenter. Now, if your project is dependent on some libraries, let's say, so here implementation, this is the particular libraries you are dependent. JUnit library, this is the one you are dependent. This is how you write a dependency in the Gradle. And then main class, what is the main class? So rr.app. So this is the main class which will, so define the main class for the application. So whenever you run application, this will be main class. Can we go and check that main class? Source, main, Java, rr here. So rr.app will be used. This is the one. Okay. So this is the way in Gradle we work and manage the projects. Okay. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay, guys. So now which you have to practice it whichever way you want it, whether you want procedure or declarative. Maven and Gradle both you have to get comfortable. Now let's have a little bit of discussion on the responsibilities. What you are going to do. So basically you need to know both actually, Maven and Gradle, because many projects they are on Maven and slowly they are migrating to the Gradle. So now if you know both, then it'll be easy for you to troubleshoot the environment. And on top of it, uh, on top of it, uh, Gradle going forward, Gradle will be the consolidating the market, because you know that Gradle support Python, C++, Scala, Java, everything. So Gradle will be consolidating the market. So you have to keep practicing it and keep it in touch with it. And one more thing, Gradle has a lots of changes also. Well, lots of changes, lots of deprecation is happening. That also you have to take care of it while learning. Okay, so keep practicing it, and if you have any questions and all, anyways, you can ask me in the group and I will help you. Any questions, guys?
So one question kind of I have is how Gradle helps when the applications are Dockerized, or is it something which usually organizations don't use?
See here, so Dockerizations we have not reached to that point. Understand this. First thing what we do, we write a code, correct now? Then we analyze the code. After that we build the code. We do the unit testing, and after that we do the application packaging. Remember what we do? Application packaging like a jar, var, ear, or exe. Now
Yeah.
after that application packaging, we write a Docker file. Docker file is nothing but after the application packaging you will write, and Docker file you'll write all the packages which should be a part of the runtime environment. Remember, Docker file for image, and image is creating a runtime environment for application. So anyways, this all this thing has to be done the way I'm teaching, correct now? So
Would
Docker
the
file you'll get.
packaging also be required? Wouldn't can we not like have build steps inside the Docker file itself? Is it
No, no,
not?
no, no. I repeat, you forgot the fundamental. Using the Docker container, we run the application, run. So in the image, you should be having runtime environment, correct now?
Yes. Okay.
Not the build time environment. Build time environment, not really. But yeah, so this line you understood, right?
Yes, but we do the build in Docker
Wait, wait,
itself
wait,
as well,
wait,
no?
wait, 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 wait. Yeah. So this flow is clear for all of you, right? Correct. Okay. Now
Yes.
next thing, you say, Rajesh, can I use a container for analysis, container for build, container for UT, container for, so still think simple way. Contain, let's say VM. If you want to do the build, what do you do? Java I installed, Maven I installed, and call the pom.xml. Correct? All of you? Correct
Yeah.
now? So what you will do? XML just. So in case if you want to use container, in a container you must be having Java and Maven, and then you can call the form.xml and with the source code. So that you can do with the container.
Yes.
Are you understanding?
Yeah.
So you can use a container for, because container is a runtime environment, right? So if you have a runtime for analysis, runtime for build, runtime for UT, runtime for application packaging, you can get inside a container and then work is done. Sometimes you add a container as an agent also, Jenkins agent or something like that. You do the build in agent container and then delete that container because it takes seconds only. Correct now?
Yes.
So it's like that. More questions, guys? Okay. So so guys, we'll see you in the next week. And meanwhile, if you have any questions and all, you can put it in